Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm very excited to be here today with my dear friend Hideo Dekura. I have watched Hideo-san cook many times over the last 25 years. We started very young, Hideo-san, both of us.
How about me,
We don't need to talk about grey hairs. And I've learnt so much. It's always been an absolute joy eating Hideo-san's food, watching him cook and learning from him. And now I'm so excited that you're going to get to learn from him too. Today, Hideo-san is going to take us through the basics of sushi. And what's the first thing we need to do for sushi?
Wash rice.
Rice.
Very important. First step. Okay.
Any particular type of rice?
Yeah, this one is a sushi rice, but not Italian boil. Okay.
Short grain, Japanese sushi rice.
Sushi rice.
And why do we wash it?
Why? Just too much starch, the taste is quite different. Okay.
So we want to wash most of the starch away?
Yes. Yeah, not completely, because these days, if too much wash, it's losing nutrition value. Okay, that's very carefully. Nice balance of such a washing rice is essential for making good sushi rice.
So you said about 3 times, just until most of the starch is washed off.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Okay, so we can see there how much starch has come off. That's our first wash. Now we drain it.
Okay.
Okay.
And next one. Okay. Then water. Add the water.
So that agitation is really loosening up the starch, isn't it?
Yes. So you can see water is slightly different color.
Yes, it's not as white as it was before.
Clear.
So when it's that colour, we've got most of the starch out. That's okay, yes?
Good.
That's
Very
the third
good.
wash,
Nice.
okay? Very good. Then we're going to add equal quantities of water.
Yes.
So we have 1.5 cups of rice here, 1.5 cups of water. And then the other interesting thing I learnt from you today, once we combine them, we don't turn the rice cooker on just yet. We leave it sit.
Yeah, just wait on 10 or 15 minutes until settled, okay?
Okay.
And switch on, okay?
Then we switch on. You don't need to see us do that. We'll do that off camera and we'll be back in a minute with some sushi rice ready to do the really exciting part, which is the dressing and fanning. So our rice is cooked, but we want to leave it rest again for about 10 minutes, is that right?
Well, that's good.
Okay. And while it's resting, we can make our dressing for the rice. So what goes into our dressing? We have rice vinegar, we have mirin,
Yes.
we have sugar. Now, you were telling me traditionally we use a certain amount of sugar, but today people want more sugar. Is that right?
Yes, very interesting market now, because influence of each other, European cuisine, Japanese cuisine, all other cuisine together. That's why the people's choice. We have to prepare several different sort of taste. That's a market, whole world. That's why our chef is very flexible for time to time. Okay.
Okay. And a tiny pinch of salt. Now, if you're used to cooking with me, you know I'm always telling you to use plenty of salt. This time, it's Japanese, it's very delicate, just a tiny pinch is okay. So we've made it the traditional way. If you know you have a sweet palate and you want to add a little more sugar, by all means do. Now, my favourite part where we get to fan the rice.
Oh, right.
I'll get the rice and we'll
Okay.
get fanning.
All right, that's good.
So Hideo-san, this is my favourite part because
Oh,
it's so
right.
theatrical. And this is the traditional bowl you dress the rice in, is that right?
Yes.
Why do we use wood?
Because easy to observe, rice vinegar, rice all together. If we use stainless steel or ceramic or plastic, very hard to observe.
Okay.
That's the reason.
And what do we call this bowl?
This one called handai or hangiri.
Hangi.
Hangiri, okay? It's the slicing, rice. That's why called hangiri.
And you soaked the hangi and the wooden spoon in water because you said if you didn't, the rice would stick to it. Is that right?
You just a little bit need moisture
Okay.
on the surface of bowl.
Now, if you don't happen to have a hangi at home, I'm hoping you might have something like a wooden salad bowl. I think these were fashionable a long time ago and we've all got one tucked away in the cupboard somewhere. If you don't, you're going to do what we always do and you're going to make do. Not metal, ideally wood, if not ceramic, and a flat bottom if possible. And you'll see why in a minute. Now, what's next, Hideo-san? Very hot. Do you cloth? There we go, there's a cloth. Actually, you know what? I can hold it. I've got chef's hands.
Actually, this one is easy to
Tip out?
tip out.
Okay, let's do that.
Usually it's easy to take out.
1, 2, 3. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, here.
And,
Now,
not yet.
not yet? Not fanning yet?
When rice, rice coming out,
Yes.
it will break, okay? Because
Okay.
we don't like debris, Debris,
Debris, yes.
just right. But only using this part, okay? Don't press down.
Okay, so
If
cutting.
press down, start rice starch, become starch. So using here.
Mhm.
That's a very Tokyo style idea.
Okay.
Alright. Let mix properly. Okay. Right, like that. Right.
And why are we fanning the rice?
Good. One thing is, of course, make a glossy rice and also enhance flavor.
Okay. So we want it to cool down as quickly as possible. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
And that will make it glossy and, tasty.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you do this if you're on your own. Ideally, you're going to have someone help you with this part. You need to call someone in to do the fanning.
You're not muck around, you are helping very well.
And I can see that you're slicing through that
That's
at an
right.
angle.
We call it slicing right. So never push down.
Never push down, always just cutting, slicing.
Not a Tokyo style. Okay. If you go Osaka, different story. If you go to Kyoto, different story. Because Japan has such a 47 prefecture. So each regional cuisine developed very nicely. So each different.
Just like every country, every ancient country, the cuisine is regional. And Tokyo is where you're from?
Tokyo, yeah.
So
Tokyo
you
style.
make Tokyo style.
About this sushi, yes. Because the original sushi is from Tokyo.
Okay. How long ago? When was sushi? When did they start making sushi?
But maybe niri sushi, 120 years, something like that.
Okay. And was it originally about preserving food?
Oh, good. That's originally very interesting. Come from Southern Asia, like Indonesia sort of place. But that time is not like this sort of sushi. They are used to, preserve fish. Okay, and with sugar sometimes, just wait with fish with rice. Eventually, fermentation process comes, and because that time the country has not a refrigeration system.
Right.
That's why using a fermentation system to keep. So that's original idea like that. So when it comes to Japan started to create new style, which is not just whole fish with fermented rice together, very strong flavor. So we love that Tokyo style nigiri sort of nori roll, which is more miniature look, very attractive and easy to nibble, that's no idea. That's the original concept, street food.
Street food.
Yeah, that's original. But now, these days, some are not much street food. Oh, of course, many different sushi shops, but some sushis are extremely very high standing, very technical, and expensive too.
So sushi is something that we can eat with our hands? We don't have to eat it? Sorry,
yes, that's the original. Yeah.
Okay, so it's finger food. You don't need the chopsticks. You can just pick it up and eat it. Can I stop frowning yet? Are we cool?
Alright, looks good. When you mixing like that, you need to clean up using chucks or something, because the rice is very messy.
Yes.
Handling.
Okay, so this is cool enough now. We can stop fanning once
We
it's...
can't straight away use it.
Okay. How long do we leave it for?
Until just a little bit more cool down, more. I tell you, sushi rice, light temperature is like a human body.
Okay.
Okay? That's a 36, 37 between. Okay? That's the best way to handling. Okay? If too hot, very difficult. It's very sticky, sort of thing.
And do we
if
put it in the
dry,
fridge?
Also not so good.
Do we put it in the fridge?
No.
Never.
Never ever put it in the fridge.
I knew that. I was just checking.
Yeah. Okay, you know that.
Because I've had sushi rice out of the fridge and it's awful. So always at room temperature. If we're going to leave it sit now, should we cover it? Do we want the air to get to
cover
it?
is better.
Just with a cloth, a dry cloth?
Dry cloth.
Okay, so we'll put the sushi rice aside to cool down to body temperature and then we'll get making.
And also my advice is, if you are very busy people, but tonight you have a sushi party at your home, okay? Such a case, you can cook on a lunchtime you cook rice, sushi rice, okay?
Right.
But how to keep sushi rice in good condition until start preparation, okay? Which is not like that, using a chucks or something, little wet, okay? And wrap up rice, and install to the rice, ice box or esky.
Like an esky, so not the fridge, but an esky.
Without ice, okay?
Ah.
No ice, okay? Without ice. That make a difference,
Yes.
right? Then you can use for nice condition
Okay.
in the dinner.
So we cover with the damp chucks, we put in an esky or a pot.
Not cover, wrap or just rice.
Wrap it up, don't leave it in the bowl.
Container.
Wrap it up.
And they put in a esky bowl.
Put it in an esky
No.
without an ice brick or a styrofoam box or...
Perfect.
Okay, we like things that we can do ahead, don't we?
That's a good idea.
Thank you.